matter your age, any Pixar and Disney fan was hyped up by the Toy Story 5 trailers, but even after seeing the teasers with Woody and his friends, do you really know all the characters returning in the 5th movie of the biggest and best animated franchise in history?
Oh no!
Lotso. A lot of people have no idea, but recently, a video from an official Disney toy store in Brazil came out, where a wall graphic shows the biggest villain in Toy Story side by side with Lilypad, the villain of the 5th movie. This confirms what many, myself included, have been theorizing for a long time. Lotso is coming back for revenge. The purple stuffed bear is considered by many fans to be one of the cruelest, most manipulative, and scariest villains in all of Pixar history. While a lot of villains out there aren't even really that bad deep down, Lotso was a massive, real threat to Woody's whole crew. Seeing him return would definitely bring back that heavy feeling of danger and absolute dread over what might happen to our beloved characters. Just like what we felt when watching the 3rd movie of the saga. And hey, get this, it would perfectly explain why Lilypad, the mysterious new villain, seems to be so manipulative. She could very well have a secret connection to Lotso himself. Who knows, right? Ducky and Bunny. Ducky and Bunny are 2 super fun and crazy characters introduced in Toy Story 4, and a lot of people thought they simply wouldn't show up around here anymore, especially since they're also part of Bo Peep's looser group of ownerless toys. However, everything changed with the leak of a Toy Story Kids hair kit made for the French market, where we can see that the crazy toy duo was right there. This makes it clear that the 2 of them, even if it's just a quick cameo, are in the group of toys returning for Toy Story 5 to bring us joy once again, Giggle McDimples. And it's not just them. That's because the super charismatic Giggle McDimples, despite not showing up in the first Toy Story 5 trailer, is also shining bright in that same batch of new promotional products featuring the new and old toys from the movie, Duke Kaboom. I don't know about you, but one of my absolute favorite Toy Story characters is definitely the super radical stunt motorcyclist, brilliantly played by none other than Keanu Reeves, the fantastic Duke Kaboom. And if by chance you blinked during the first trailer of the franchise's 5th movie, you might not have noticed that Duke Kaboom shows up, confirming that he is more than locked in for Toy Story 5. I can't wait to see him pulling off his radical stunts one more time. What about you? Zurg. As we all know, there's going to be an army of completely out-of-control Buzz Lightyears out there in Toy Story 5. And, as you well know, where there's a space hero, his greatest enemy is bound to show up sooner or later. The Zurg that might pop up in this new Toy Story 5 storyline doesn't necessarily have to be the exact same action figure from the other movies, mainly because, as we know, there are tons and tons of identical toys sold in stores. If you're sitting there going crazy with anticipation to see all these characters returning in Toy Story 5, scroll down and comment the hashtag return down below. Barbie and Ken. Guys, Barbie and Ken are simply 2 of the coolest and most iconic toys in the entire Toy Story universe, for the simple fact that, well, they're Barbie and Ken. Even though the 2 aren't original Bonnie toys, aren't running around with Bo Peep's crew, and didn't show up in the new movie's first trailer, there is a huge chance they're coming back in Toy Story 5. We know Woody is going to be tagging along with Bo Peep on her mission, but some of her other friends might be lost in totally different places. It's very possible and likely that some of them ended up over at Sunnyside Daycare from Toy Story 3. And the really wonderful detail of this story is that Barbie and Ken have been living their best lives there to this day, and became the true leaders of the place, turning the once problematic daycare into a real paradise of peace for the other toys. Combat Carl. Combat Carl is the case of a toy that didn't show up in teasers, trailers, leaked footage, or official Toy Story merchandise, but we know he's going to appear in Toy Story 5. That's because Disney confirmed, after the passing of Carl's official voice actor, the superstar of 80s and 90s action movies, Carl Weathers, that the character will get a new voice actor. This makes it clear that the same backup trio of Bo Peeps that we saw in Toy Story 4 will probably not only return, but will likely have a more important role than we imagine.
Now's the time to do the right thing. So go ahead and click the subscribe button below and give us that extra support so we can keep making awesome videos like this one.
Woody. Ever since our eternal cowboy Woody was officially confirmed for Toy Story 5, every fan of the franchise has been theorizing like crazy about how exactly he's going to make his return to the screen. And we know now that thanks to Jesse's call, the franchise's protagonist is coming back, even if he's rocking a little less hair. All of this completely debunked the theory that many people were pushing that Woody wouldn't be in Toy Story 5, and that Disney Pixar's early announcements were just a fake-out. Phew! Thank goodness. Buzz. And where there is Woody, there will always be a Buzz. Actually, we'll have an army of him. Now, stopping to think about it, the role of the original Buzz Lightyear himself in the movie still isn't totally clear to us. He will very likely be right there, side by side with Jessie and the rest of the toys right from the start of the movie. If by chance she has to go after him to rescue him later on, that separation has to happen somewhere right at the very beginning of the feature film. The question lingering in the air is, will he and Jessie start dating now in the 5th movie? Who knows? Maybe there will even be a wedding.
Venga conmigo, señorita. Le enseñaré las maravillas de la galaxia y juntos, con nuestro amor, venceremos al mal.
Jessie. A lot of folks out there already know that our favorite cowgirl Jessie will be present in Toy Story 5, but the vast majority still haven't truly grasped the massive level of importance she'll have in this plot. The cowgirl isn't just going to be any regular supporting character this time around, but rather the big main character of this new story. The movie is going to be pretty much focused on her journey as the new leader of all of Bonnie's toys, and she is definitely going to have to do the impossible and break a sweat to figure out how to deal with Lilypad. We believe that Jessie, during some tense moment, will have to go after the other toys, who for some mysterious reason will end up getting separated, and it's highly possible that we'll only find out the real reason behind this huge mess when the movie finally hits theaters.
Bo Peep, just like Duke Kaboom, in the exact same scene where Woody climbs a tree to rescue a lost toy, we can see our dear and beloved Bo Peep from the back, indicating that, surely, Woody's trip to Bonnie's house only happened because she gave the green light. After all, she and the cowboy are a more inseparable couple than ever now. Andy. The franchise's first trailer shows that Bonnie, despite being a little bit older, is still honoring the legacy left by Andy under her care, his biggest and best toys. And, since we know this, it's not impossible to imagine that, even if it's in the post-credits scene, we might see the footsteps of someone wearing Chuck Taylors right next to the little legs of a toddler, knocking on the door of Bonnie's house to pay a visit. This would be none other than our dear and beloved Andy and his little heir. Tell me that moment wouldn't be the absolute perfect hook for a Toy Story 6. It totally would be. Rex. The time has come to take a good old, really close look at the Toy Story 5 teaser and trailer. Don't you agree? Those videos serve to show us a lot of important things, and one of them was confirming right off the bat the return of some of the most fun and beloved characters in the whole franchise, like our dinosaur, Rex. First, we saw everyone in the scene looking really anxious because of this Lilypad, but his level of nervousness and panic definitely goes to a whole other level, since he's always been a highly fearful and neurotic dinosaur about absolutely everything. And then we see him eating poisoned cake at Forky's wedding. Poor Rex. Thank goodness it was just playtime, and we'll get to see him being a pessimist throughout the entire Toy Story 5 movie. Slinky. Alongside our Rex, it is clear and more than obvious that we will also see Slinky, our beloved springy dog. Tell the truth, everyone in their childhood wanted to have one of those toys at home, whether for the fact that a dachshund with a spring in the middle is just a genuinely brilliant idea, or because Slinky is pure charisma in person on the screen. He is for sure going to be one of the first toys to step up and want to help Jessie with whatever it takes, if need be, and we over here are rooting super hard that we get to see him reuniting with Woody in a really emotional way. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. The same teaser we just talked about also made sure to show that one of the most iconic, grumpy, and hilarious couples of the entire saga is returning in full force. We won't just see the classic Mr. Potato Head coming back for the adventures, but also his inseparable Mrs. Potato Head. They have been a part of the story here since the very absolute beginning of the franchise, and, to our greatest joy, they're going to keep making us laugh for a lot longer on the big screen. Hamm. Besides the already released Toy Story trailers that got us hyped, way before that, the promotional toys that leaked had also already confirmed for us that the classic Hamm the Piggy Bank is returning to the gang, which is a massive relief for all of us who have already had a good laugh at the absurd and incredible scenes he's been in and stolen the show in the older movies. Just imagine how sad it would be if he simply vanished from the story without leaving any kind of trace. It would be quite the heartbreak for the older fans, so getting that worry out of our heads already brings a huge relief to anyone who loves these characters tons.
Since we know you love videos full of references, details, and Easter eggs, we're leaving 2 really cool ones so you can stay right here with us. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.